Today on Cityline, it's home day, and designer Brian Gluckstein is here with the do's and don'ts for dreamy drapes.
We don't want them like this.
They're never like that.
That is not the look.
That's not okay. Then designer Kimberly Selden wants us to embrace whimsy with our home decor. It's like a big beaded necklace.
Honestly, in the 80s, that is how big the beads on my necklace were.
How to make your home a hub of fun.
That was the idea today. How are we going to inject some fun and some play into your home?
Later, things get messy making a sticky toffee treat.
Quarter cup of butter.
Hey, this is a nice
me...
soup. It's a very simple recipe. Put a little bit of this in.
Go ahead.
And then let me put a little bit of that in.
Yeah.
It's Cityline with Tracy Moore.
Hey! Hi! How you doing? Hi. So good to see you! Let's do it! Yes, yes. Come have a seat, everyone. Thank you for coming. It is great to see you. It is Thursday, so you know it's home day today. And boy, have I got some fabulous guests in the house today. We've got Brian Gluckstein, Kimberly Selden, and Ricardo Larrivée. Yes. And we're starting off with drapery. So I've got a question actually for the audience. When it comes to your drapes, are you big on drapes? Are you big on curtains? Or do you like bare windows? So who likes drapes? Drapes? Who's into curtains? I don't really know what the difference is. Who just has bare windows? Oh my gosh. Really? Do you have your clothes on? In the house? Or are you just giving a little... Listen, I've never heard of this. I'm big on drapes because I like a little bit of coziness. So that's why we're going to get a bit of a drapery lesson with Brian. Okay, so Brian, should every window have a window treatment?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I have to talk to the ones that don't after during a break.
They're exhibitionists.
Exactly.
Right?
Shame on you. Shame on you.
Or maybe they're just living a really good life. Yeah. Right? But I love this idea of having options, because I think if you want window treatments, you probably want that feeling of being a little bit more enveloped and a little bit more enclosed. Folks without it, maybe they're looking for clean, they're looking for light, they're looking for airy. But you've got so many options.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because people associate drapery with traditional, but the most
True.
Modern spaces have drapery in them.
Right.
It just depends on the type of drapery. So you want that coziness, you want that layering. You go into homes or you see spaces and you're like, I don't know why, but that place was so cozy.
Yeah.
It's the layering of all the elements in the house. So it can be bold or it can be subtle.
Yes, okay, so let's talk about all the different materials and colors you might want to choose. How do you choose that in your space? Okay,
so, you know, when we designed these drapery for Home Depot Canada, we wanted to have a variety.
So beautiful.
Beautiful. And one of the things was designing some that were contemporary, some that were bold, and the velvet was the bold.
Yeah.
So if you want that color, that richness, you know, one of the things about a drape like this is we just did it at the Princess Margaret Show House, where we took a velvet drape and all the walls were the same color. Oh. And it was so dramatic. So if you take a deep color in a dining room or a bedroom and paint the walls this color, that's dramatic. Or if you use this as the accent and the walls are neutral and you have pillows in this color and accents in that color.
Very nice. It is very heavy and I find it very dramatic, and I like that.
Yes.
So you have to pick and choose what you're looking for, the tone you're looking for in your place.
Correct.
Same when it comes to opacity. So we want to talk about, can you see through it at all? Are you completely seeing through it? Is it completely opaque? Like, when do you make which choice?
Okay, so for the exhibitionists that we have out here, they could go with sheers because they don't care if anybody sees them.
They don't care.
But, you know, we do this because you want the moodiness, and a drape like this has a blackout lining.
Yeah.
So if you want, for instance, a bedroom to be dark, this is a sheer with a slight lining to it. Okay. It just gives it a little more body, but you get light through, more privacy.
Right.
This sheer here is completely unlined.
That's the kind I grew up with. They were completely unlined. It was, you could see right through, the light came right through, but there was still the softness.
Correct, and there is a bit of privacy with this. You can see, you can see an image through, but it's not like an open window.
Yeah.
And then you could use both. So sometimes you'll use a drapery like this on either side and a sheer in the middle. And that's because if you want some privacy, but you don't want the room dark, you close the sheers.
Right.
And then at night, if it's a room that you want it blackout, then you just close the velvet and these stack in the center. So there's lots of options for that.
Beautiful. In terms of materials, you talked about this being a velvet.
Yes.
This is a what?
This is the look of a linen. It's a synthetic, but it looks like a linen.
Yes.
So it has that texture. This is great in any space. This looks great in a contemporary space.
Yeah.
If it's just framing the window, and you have, and it's, you know, the walls are white or cream, and these are, they just frame the window. They keep the space contemporary, but there's a warmth to it, and like I said, a layering.
So we want to talk a little bit about length, as well as making things look a little bit more luxurious, because the more panels you add make a difference. But first of all, let's talk length. So how long should your drapes be? Are they pooling on the floor? Are they floods? Are they like, you know,
well, no.
They're not floods.
No. We don't want them like this.
They're never like that.
Like that is not the look.
That's not okay.
So you want the drapes either to just touch the floor, or if they're going to pool, they really break. But you don't want the drapes like that.
No.
I see houses in like real estate listings. I'm like, oh, please, just take them down. Be better without them. They're like a foot off the floor.
Yeah.
So yes. Now so you want that. When it comes to the fullness, for instance, this is a panel.
Yeah.
But if you have a big window, you would buy 2 panels, put them together, and you can just tack them together if you want. But you want that fullness. There's nothing worse. If you're never going to close them, but you have a big window. This is a mistake I see often. There's a huge window, and someone buys 1 panel, and it's over here, and another, and you're like, I know those never close. That's ridiculous. So you want to have the, even if you never close it, you want to have the fullness that the illusion or the reality that it can close.
So the width is always going to be the same in the panels. You just have to get more panels the more.
Correct.
The more you want to cover.
Correct. Like a panel is 54 inches. The heights are different. So you just stack as many. But even when it's pulled, you know, closed, you still want a little fullness.
Absolutely. You want it to look like all big and luxe. Let's talk about where you're hanging the rod, and then we'll talk about different rods. So what are we using for a measurement in terms of how high to hang it?
Well, you know, if you've got a relatively high ceiling, you want to mount the rods maybe 6 inches above the window.
Okay.
If you've got lots of space above.
Yeah.
If you want, if you've only got like a foot or a foot and a half, you put it in the middle.
Okay.
Between the window and the ceiling.
Yep.
But if it's really high, don't mount them high, and then you have all that wall up there.
Too much wall. Okay, let's talk about these gorgeous rods you have here, because there's so many different ways you can go that are going to go along with the drapes that you choose. So why don't you walk us through some of the hardware?
Yeah, well, when we did the Gluckstein Elements collection, I wanted to have traditional and modern, but not like overly traditional and not overly modern. So this is our transitional traditional here.
Okay.
And these are on the same rod, but they wouldn't be. A very simple cap here.
Yep.
You have this one, which is somewhere in between, and very modern here.
Very nice.
And then the materials, you know, we're seeing a lot of black right now. And you can use black with any color, even the white. That's that farmhouse modern, that cool look. The nickels are great for contemporary, and this soft brass is great for a traditional space. So think of this as the jewelry of the drapery. You don't want to ignore that. You can see it here, how pretty that looks when it comes off. And then the bracket is beautiful also.
Very nice. The other thing we need to talk about, though, is how far away, like where should this be, how far away should this be from the window?
Okay, so when you stack the drape, you want the drape only to cover a couple of inches of window, and the rest goes on the wall. You don't want to stack them and it's still covering the window.
Right.
So make sure they stack just about 2 inches covering the glass, and then wall.
Love that. Okay, very nice. Thank you so much for the lovely drapery lesson. We want to talk a little bit about this incredible house that you designed for the Princess Margaret show home. So we've looked at many of the rooms. They are fantastic. Right now we're going to take a look at the bedroom retreat designed by Brian. Take a look.
Here in the primary suite, it really is an oasis in the house. Now, one of the things I always do on the second floor of houses is this coffered ceiling. You've got all the attic space, so take advantage of it. If you're renovating or building a house, why have a low flat ceiling when you could have a vaulted ceiling? And I panel it too to add some detail. Now, when it comes to lighting, I like a variety of lights. So we have lamps beside the bed, and then I usually put one light over the bed or two to shine on art or if you're reading in bed, and a center fixture to emphasize the ceiling, and that's a great light also if it's dimmed down just to light up the room. Now you'll notice I have wallpaper on the walls, and I love to wallpaper spaces. It really adds a warmth to the space, and if you don't have a lot of interest in the space, this adds it. The fireplace, we have a stone mantle and then this wood detail on top, which really adds a focal point to the bedroom area. In the hallway to the walk-in closet on this side and the ensuite on this way, we use the wallpaper to unify it all. Now, I love this bathroom. The focal point, I think, to the bathroom is this floor, this white and jade green mosaic. And notice how it goes into the shower, and I love curbless showers where the door just goes right through, but you have to have a good slope for the drain. The water closet is frosted, and I have this vintage-inspired tub from DXV in front of the window. Now, the vanity has 2 sinks, and we use a Caesar stone counter, and I chose this because it's really practical for cosmetics and things like that. We have our 2 sinks and our mirror detail with the 2 sconces really at each sink, so we only need 3, and the recessed lighting above. Another coffered ceiling with a light fixture. So this is really a place to get away and just close the door.
Oh, I could take a good nap in that bedroom. Time for a quick break. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Coming up, our interior design expert does her best to stop color crimes.
My idea of public service is hiding the mint paint chips at paint stores. I tuck them all behind so that can't happen to good people.
Welcome back, my friends. Are you ready to transform your living space? Today we're diving into simple yet transformative decor tips to turn any area of your home into a hub of fun. Kimberly Selden is showing us how.
Oh, Tracy, we are serving up some fun today with design. Wait till you see this space. Whatever space you're trying to add fun to, what you want to avoid is gray, beige, and you want color, right? Rust chairs, so sexy. Navy blue sofa, oh my gosh, delicious. Even the coffee tables are colored. These were simple coffee tables, and we back painted some glass to give them their own vibe. On the fireplace, looks like leather, but it's wallpaper. How fabulous is that? And when you need a big wall of art and the budget just isn't there, posters, huge, beautiful posters framed, make a big, big statement. If you want to create energy, you want to avoid solid. We've got this beautiful drapery with the lions and lots of patterns in the cushions and things that you see throughout. When it comes to lighting, this is another opportunity for you to play. Look how sculptural these are. Fine pendants over the bar, big broad pendants over the dining table lined with copper, so it's a really sexy glow on top of you. And then anytime you have an amazing built-in, absolutely go for some sconces to highlight what you've built. A round table is absolutely the best way to engage with your family. It puts everybody in a democratic position, no one at the head, and this is where you can get the best information out of your children. You can also get information out of your children if you put one of these in the basement, a pool table. Look how fun this is. Now you have to have space because you need clearances for pool cues and things like that. But here you can see this is our centerpiece, the pool table. We have shuffleboard over there, a beautiful wall with pool accessories, and of course when the game is on, how fun is that? And then over here, oh my gosh, if you're gonna blow the budget, this is how you do it. We've got basketball, skee ball, and Mario Kart. The bottom line is if you have a big space and you want to divide it into zones where people are going to play and be dynamic, you can really have a lot more fun with your decorating.
Oh yeah. No, I would beat you at skee ball. I would beat you at skee ball.
I don't think I like this attitude. I I demand a standoff, a show-off. What do you call it? Yeah, that's how athletic I am.
A stand down, whatever it is, I'm winning. Listen, that space was so fun, and I like the idea of us shaking things up a little bit, because I think what happens is you spend a couple of $1,000s on a sofa, and you think, like, don't touch anything.
It's all precious.
Don't move anything.
Yeah.
It's not for playing. But your houses should be lived in, and they should also be a little bit fun.
Honestly, yeah. If you're not going to
skee ball,
right? If you're not going to get it at home, you know, where are you going to get it? Like, take care of yourself. So that was the idea today. How are we going to inject some fun and some play into your home? And of course, the obvious answer is a great paint color. So we all know Benjamin Moore's color of the year, Blue Nova.
Yeah.
Gorgeous choice. Right away, it puts this energy and this mood and this feeling. Now, paint and color is very subjective, so if that's not your color, don't worry about it. Go for the color that makes you happy. I hate mint.
Oh, you're not in a mint?
No, my idea of public service is hiding the mint paint chips at paint stores. I tuck them all behind, so that can't happen to good people. But you got to know who you are, right?
Right.
Another place you can inject color and fun is underfoot in your carpet, and it's practical. Look at this stunning carpet, which I got from Weaver's Art.
It's beautiful.
100% wool. It's got, I don't know, 20 different colors. So you really have an opportunity here to go into any direction you want with the rest of your decor items.
I love the fact that you've got this multitude of colors, but it doesn't look like the circus. It doesn't look cartoony, because I'm always looking for that kind of thing in my rug. Something that's going to be fun and not so heavy, but also elegant.
Yes.
It still has sophistication to it, right?
Yes,
so it's beautiful.
I know. Stunning. Absolutely beautiful. And then, of course, with furniture, you're not going to go completely insane with furniture and pick wild shapes. You have to have comfort. So we went to Casa Life, this beautiful modern sofa. It's a nice low profile, beautiful rounded edges. So if you have kids and things, it's like lovely and soft. Boucle fabric. And then of course add in whatever color you want in terms of the pillows. That's a place where you can again play and have fun, right?
Yep.
And then maybe if you're willing to be a little adventurous, you might go for a chair that's got some color, like this rust one that I have here. Again, Casa Life, beautiful stuff.
Very nice, and all pulled from this beautiful rug. You can go in any direction you want if you've got a rug like this that's grounding everything. It's like artwork on your floor.
Exactly.
It's beautiful.
Really
so let's talk artwork.
Should we talk about
Let's talk artwork. This is a great place to have some fun.
It's hard to ignore what's happening here, right? There is a beautiful store. It's only been around a year or so in Toronto called District Home. If you haven't been there, every piece is exquisite, and this is where these art pieces came from. So what this represents is some fashion houses reusing materials. So we've got the Gucci, a beautiful horse with applique butterflies, Hermes, we've got the Eiffel Tower, again with butterflies. And then, for example, Gucci, the bag that you would get if you bought a Gucci purse is just as beautiful, I think, as the purse.
Yeah, it's
but
gorgeous.
They've gold stitched it and added a beautiful, you know, evil eye symbol, and it says Gucci. Like, have some fun with artwork, and it doesn't have to match. I think you asked me that earlier.
Yes. It can be anything and any combination. And I think that makes it a lot more playful. These are conversation pieces, which is the other thing. And it's not always on the wall, your art. Your art can live anywhere, like right behind you. Watch out!
There's a tiger
behind you.
Isn't this fun? It's a vintage, kind of a carnival piece that's been mounted on a stand. And this, I own this, and it just moves from room to room, depending on the season and what I'm in the mood for. And it's, again, it's a real conversation starter.
Gorgeous.
As is the light fixture that looks like sculpture that's beside you. And if you could touch the top, you'll see that it'll turn on.
To me.
At night, this just adds the most beautiful glow in the hallway, and it shines. Like if you're in the living room, you can see it in the hallway, and everybody comments on it.
Yeah, it's like a big beaded necklace or like gumballs. It's just, it's playful.
Honestly, in the 80s, that is how big the beads on my necklace were.
It's very accurate, true to size.
Exactly, exactly.
A lot of cute pieces as well. Your table's just not like a regular side table. It's got some beautiful color to it and a really nice shape.
Isn't that just spectacular?
Yeah,
I'm obsessed with that mustard color.
Yeah,
I just find if you use enough of it, it's a great neutral.
Yes.
And you can just introduce it with browns, blues, blacks. It doesn't matter. It's just really, really pretty.
And then your little wagon cart, what are we calling that over there?
I think you're going to call it a wagon cart.
It's a wagon cart.
And again, like, people just can't keep themselves from touching this. So again, this is something I brought from home. I use it sometimes as a bar.
Yeah.
I use it sometimes for firewood, or I fill it with magazines and books.
Lovely.
But it's strong pop of color. I love that I can use it anywhere.
You're going to say it's strong tequila.
Well, I think tequila tastes like water, and that tells you how much I like tequila. But it also would be beautiful in a bathroom with big, fluffy white towels. So I love these little pieces. I think I found this in Los Angeles that you could just use anywhere and move it around. So it keeps your home from feeling stale.
Right.
Like, we often finish a home for clients, and I'll come back like 3 years later, and every single thing is exactly where we put it. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to need an hour just to
live a little,
move things around and have a little more fun.
If you have all these touchy-feely, beautiful games and what have you on your table as well, you are encouraging your guests to interact with your room, so everything isn't like a mannequin when you come back 3 years later.
You got it.
So just show them quickly that chess board.
How adorable is that from
That is
Umbra?
so cool. Do it again. Give it a little shaky so we can get a
Isn't
look at that.
so
Stay
cute?
there.
And that is shaking.
And then Connect 4, which I would definitely win no matter who I play. We got to go to break, so I can't show you how good I am.
Oh,
we'll be right
there's no
back.
way.
I would win.
Accepted.
I would
Challenge
win.
accepted.
Coming up, we've got Chef Ricardo busy in the kitchen.
Look, two ends. Who says a man can do many things at the same time?
He's a multitasker.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone. Now, if you're on the hunt for the secret to quick, flavorful, and stress-free meals, that's me. Today's your lucky day. Joining us is the renowned chef and best-selling cookbook author, the Ricardo Larrivée, back in studio after a very long hiatus. I don't know where the heck you've been, but you came back with a beard.
Yeah, I was in a cave getting ready to see you.
Yeah, well,
And
I'm happy you came back.
No, I'm so happy to be here with you and cooking things that I think will make your autumn and winter fantastic.
Yes, you always have really good cookbooks.
Yeah.
My husband definitely swears by one of them. Everything on the sheet pan. The sheet pan.
Well,
so that one's in the kitchen. We have it all the time, but we've got a new one to add to it, don't we?
During pandemic, I said, okay, the sheet pan is going to be fantastic, but now we're back in the real life.
Yeah.
And this tool that we know from sometimes grandparents or even our parents that we're scared of.
Yeah.
You know, the old Presto.
The pressure cooker
The pressure
is what he's
cooker.
talking about. And it used to be a thing, right? That people used to be a little
Big
bit
time.
afraid. The technology...
Looking for the roast on the ceiling.
Right.
But it doesn't happen.
The technology is good now. There's no roast on the ceiling.
But it's just there's these extra, security, so nothing can happen.
Yeah.
But there's one thing that can happen. It will save you energy.
Yeah.
It's low cost efficient.
Yeah.
Save you time. You can do braised beef in 40 minutes where normally it would take like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And it will enhance the flavor because the pressure is kind of like bringing like all these flavors together in the pot.
Yeah.
And save nutrients.
Yeah, so it saves you nutrients. It's also probably a little bit more tender because everything's just in there and steamed.
Well, it's not more tender than if you braised it for 3 hours.
Sure, same.
But and the other thing,
quicker time.
Yeah, and it calls for pieces of meat that are inexpensive because they're harder, needs to be cooked for a long time, which is great. Yeah. Because if you think of pulled pork, we have a plate right there.
Well, before we get to that, I feel like I need to give them the big news here.
Yeah.
And that's that you have a new book.
Yeah.
Multi-cooker everything. Delicious recipes for your multi-cooker, pressure cooker, or Instant Pot. That's the news, right? Okay, so one of the recipes in there is this. What is this?
Well, it's, before we go to dessert, it's gnocchi, pulled pork gnocchi.
Oh, it looks good.
But normally you wouldn't have that on a Tuesday.
No.
Or on a Wednesday.
It would be too much of a big deal. It would take too long.
It's too much. You have to plan it ahead of time, and it's not possible sometimes.
Yeah.
My type is like, I want to decide right now what I want.
Right, and right now I know what you want, and it's the sticky toffee pudding.
Because how can you make dessert in a pot like this?
A pressure cooker? I've never seen it done before, actually.
So I can make, all sorts of dessert. Dulce de leche.
Yeah.
I can make cheesecake.
Yeah.
And sticky toffee pudding.
Okay.
In 20 minutes.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
We don't have 20 minutes. We have 4.
We have 4. Okay.
But let's do it.
Let's start with this. So it calls for dates. 3/4 of a cup of dates.
Does it matter what kind of dates? Do you have a favorite? Okay, whatever.
Cheap
Just get
ones.
your dates. Cheap ones.
No, it's true.
Well,
you don't need to put a lot of money on this. They can be dry in a box. Anyway, I'm going to soak them in boiling water.
Yeah.
If I'm just reading.
Have you got it? It's been a while, Chef.
I know.
Right? Do you remember how this thing in
Three
the jiggy
women
works?
showed me how. But
okay,
this
well
is
then
all
you'll get it right then.
Okay, so
because the women know. The women know what's up.
They're bright.
They're very bright.
A bit of water, a 1/4 cup of water. I have my dates here, and I will just soak them a couple of minutes with baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon, because it's going to help them just become like all soft. This is what we want.
Very nice.
Okay? And then, very simple, in a bowl, okay, I have a 1/4 cup of butter.
Hey, this
you
is a nice suit.
I know, I'm going to try to save your clothes. Okay, let's add a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Normally, you would cream this for at least a minute.
Love it, love it.
The egg.
Do I need to go slow or does it not matter?
No, it's good. Mix the flour, the cup of flour, the teaspoon of baking powder. Look, 2 ends. Who says a man can do many things at the same time?
He's a multitasker.
Yeah. And then you alternate your flour with a 1/4 cup of milk.
I feel like this takes some
at
coordination.
low speed, yeah.
Oh,
half
go
and half
slow.
like
okay,
this.
well, let me put a little bit of this in.
Go ahead.
And then let me put a little bit of that in.
Yeah.
And a little bit of that
Yeah.
in. That.
We get it.
Yeah.
Isn't this a wonderful way of spending your Mondays?
This is so fun. Okay, so would you
Put the rest of it.
Okay, fine.
All of them.
There we go.
Yeah.
Get it all in there. It was a little bit messy, but we got it all in there.
You see, that's done.
So you mix that all together.
Yeah. We're done with this.
And this is pretty easy so far.
Add the dates.
Add the dates. I don't know if you're going to need this whisk. I'll just keep it here in
And
case.
could you mix this together?
No
I want
problem.
to show something. And sometimes the cakes are too large, okay? And you're two in the apartment. You want to have this cake for 3 weeks.
Right.
So I found this recipe fantastic because also it's made in a 6-inch mold. Okay. It can be in silicone like this or in thin as you want. And I want to create...
So this is when you don't want a whole sheet cake for your whole family. You want something little. Maybe you're living alone.
Yeah.
Maybe there's just a couple of you.
You can pour it in there.
Okay.
You're not used to cook that much, huh?
No, you're really making me cook a lot. I don't usually do this much.
And the beauty of this sticky toffee pudding is that it's going to bake into a steam bath. This is what we'll use. So we have 1 inch of water in the bottom here. You can do like a little crown with aluminum like this, or just put a couple of bowls in the bottom here, and I'll be able to take this.
Hold on. Okay. Wait.
Oh, wait. We don't have that much of time.
You got one. Oh, we have 1 minute left. Go ahead. Never mind. Take it.
And you will bake this, at 25 minutes, and you'll be done. 25 minutes later.
25 minutes.
Yeah. And you remove it.
Yeah.
And you will make the little caramel sauce with 2 ingredients, and you're ready to eat. So I'm going to give you a little bowl.
A cake in 25 minutes plus the time it takes to mix everything together, which didn't take us long at all. Maybe like 4 or 5 minutes.
And I'll give you some whipped cream. You love vanilla or whipped cream like this.
I will take it.
It's going to be great.
Thank you very much.
So a nice sticky toffee pudding straight from your kitchen. In no time, lots of flavor. This caramel is fantastic.
It is so good, everyone.
3/4 of brown sugar, 3/4 cup of cream. That's all you need.
This is all you need. We want to make sure that all of you can cook like Ricardo, so we are sending you home with his new cookbook, Multi-Cooker Everything. Delicious recipes for your multi-cooker, pressure cooker, or Instant Pot. It's delicious. Thank you, Ricardo.
Thank you.
Let's go to break. More coming up. That was good. Coming up, we're talking cozy comfort, and we're talking in French accents, too. Sounds so very classy.
So very classy.
Very classy.
My French is not so good.
I don't.
Here in the lower level is where our sort of health area and spa is. So we're in the gym and we're seeing a big trend towards gyms in the house. One of the things we did on the floor is this Chill Witch floor. It's antibacterial, antimicrobial, so you can sweat on it, you can wash it. It looks like a carpet and it's cushioned, so it's a great alternative to hardwood because you don't want to drop your weights on the wood, but you can drop your weights here. Over here we have the slat wall system, so everything is neat and easily accessible. One of the things I really love is from LG, this wireless TV monitor. So this is great because you can bring it around the room, and if you're following a class or if you have a trainer online, this is great because it's wireless and there's no one's going to trip. Great use of technology today. Now, when you're doing a lower level, I don't like to see those windows up at the top. So if you're renovating or building, bring the window down. I always do low window wells, so you have a big opening, lots of air, and importantly, easy access in an emergency. Now you'll notice that the walls are wallpapered here. That's not just for decorative reasons, which I love the look of it because it makes it warmer looking. When you're doing stretches or anything on the wall, you're not putting your hands on painted walls. This is all washable, so really practical and beautiful. Now this is the area, I'm not sure I'd use that area, but this area I would use. This is the spa. So what we have here is a sink area on this table where we can put all our toiletries and towels, a massage table in the center, a whirlpool here, which is chromotherapy, which is lights, a fireplace, which is great in those winter days on a weekend to have the fire going when you're in the whirlpool, or this, the big steam and shower area. So it's about taking care of yourself and having a spa in your own home.
In my life is a home with a spa in it. I mean, is that asking so much? It was beautiful, it was comfy, it was cozy, there was a gym, I loved it. This time of year, we all get sort of cocoony.
Yeah.
Like I know for me, I come home and as soon as it starts, like the snow, sorry to say the S word, as soon as it starts to come down, I'm gonna be going straight to the fireplace. I sit in front of the fireplace, the dog sits on me, I read a book, and that's where I will be until dinner time. So I just stay there. So we wanna talk a little bit about making sort of a comfy, cozy space in your own home and the things you can add. But first I need to ask you both this. Are you comfy, cozy people or are you outdoorsy people?
No, I'm definitely not outdoorsy.
I can't believe I even said that to you without breaking out laughing.
Exactly.
You're not outdoorsy. You're
I'm
like
horizontal.
Me.
I just like to be horizontal.
Inside.
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 With a book or a television set.
Oh my gosh, the best thing ever. Okay, Kimberly,
I'm
inside, outside?
I'm both. I love being outdoors, biking, hiking, cycling. I love doing yoga outside all summer long.
Yeah.
But I also like time on the sofa, you know, with a good book.
But I did not know you were such a big cycler.
Yeah.
So you go far.
Well, I think, 100K. I do sometimes do 100K, yeah.
That is very far.
I think it's far, yeah.
Amazing.
I don't think I've driven 100K.
I don't think I've biked 100K in my whole life.
Come with me. You can ride with me. Yeah,
so I just want to sit on the handlebars, though.
Yeah.
I don't want to do any actual pedaling.
By the way. Not an e-bike.
It was moving.
No e-bike, yeah, pedaling.
When we talk about comfy, cozy things to add into our lives, I mean, I think one of the first things we think of are robes. You know, like you just put them on right after the bath, and you just have this feeling of comfort. It's not even necessary. It can be a summer thing, but it's not necessarily a summer thing. It's like this time of year.
All thing. But you can get different robes. So you can get like we make waffle. These are all. This is all from Hudson's Bay and Gluckstein Home, and we make like waffle robes and linen robes for the summer.
Yeah.
I love terry all the time.
Yes.
Because you get out of the shower and you put it on. Or when I get home, I put on track pants, a t-shirt, and a robe, and I'm happy.
That's perfect. That is the perfect home costume.
This is a winter robe. Like, it's nice and heavy. Like, this would be like October on.
I'd like to wear it to work.
I would do this.
I've got the, right? You should try it. They're going to accept you. You're the boss. What are they going to do?
That's true. Pajamas.
I've got your linen robe, which is perfect, I think, for summer, which is lovely.
Exactly.
So you're looking at textures like terry cloth, but also textures like this sort of nubby texture on this chair, which is also super comfy.
Exactly. So we want like these tactile materials. We want chenilles. We want bouclés like this. They're cozy to sit on. They're very forgiving.
Yeah.
So if you have just like a solid linen, it's not as forgiving as something that has a model texture to it. And they add, again, another level of texture and depth.
Very nice. Okay, and also the throws. So are you all blanket people?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a blanket girl. So
I
I'm in front of the fireplace with the blanket.
Yeah.
Look at this. I designed this to look like those cable knit sweaters, you know, those old cable knit sweaters.
Yeah, fantastic.
And I just find it heavy. I like a weight to a throw also. So
Me too.
Then you're going to love mine. This is a Hudson's Bay. This is a sophisticated Hudson Bay. Feel the weight of this thing. It's like...
Oh, just keep giving me
like
blankets.
Security party blanket.
This is a good.
Isn't that awesome?
This has got some heft to
And,
it.
and these don't go back hundreds of years, the design.
Wow, I'm hot now. Wow.
Right?
Okay, so
You are hot.
You also have some other things we might consider. You've got that beautiful candle.
Smell that. You mentioned lighting a fire. So this sounds crazy maybe, but I have like simple summer scents, but in the winter I switched to feu de bois, which smells like fire smoke. The minute I light it, I'm just like in a different headspace. I feel so great about that.
It sounds so very classy.
It sounds so very classy.
Very
yes.
classy.
My French is not so good.
I don't know.
But you know something else? I have never slept on flannel sheets, but these are Brian's and they feel amazing.
Feel that. So these are flannel sheets. They feel like a light cashmere. And we have them made in Portugal, and Portugal is the place for flannel because they are the ones that keep combing it to get that soft texture. But you know, flannel doesn't have to be so dark and heavy and traditional. Look at these in the winter whites and the grays.
I would like a shirt out of this too.
We've had people cut them up and use them for other things like throws.
I could totally see that.
We
Those
have
are gorgeous.
You know, we're talking about Hudson's Bay a little bit, but we have a bit of an announcement that we have to make because we are celebrating something today.
Yes.
What's going on with you in Hudson's Bay?
It's my 20th, believe it or not, my 20th year with Hudson's Bay.
20 years.
Yes.
20 years of Gluckstein home, and you know, I've been at the Bay when you're at the Bay, and when folks are shopping through and they see your face on the package and they turn around and it's your real face.
Yes.
And like, that's Brian right there, and it's so lovely to see you with everyone. You're always so gracious and amazing. And how's it been for you? Like, what is a thought or a memory that really jumps out at you working with HBC?
I think the biggest memory was when the first time 20 years ago when I came into the store and there was the signage and the packaging with your name on it. You're like, my name is on a package.
Yes.
And you sort of, I never get used to that. Like after 20 years, I'm still like, oh, look at that.
Oh my God, it's my name.
And use the same old picture because I don't want it updated. So
you're allowed.
Still gorgeous. Still gorgeous.
As gorgeous as this cart.
Yes. So we've had bar carts. This is one of the bar carts we've had for years. They're one of our best-selling products.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
This is a great bar cart, and you can use it as a bar cart. You can use it in your bathroom with towels and bath salts. Nice. You can use it in your foyer as a console table if you have a small foyer, and wheel it around and use it. Great for the holidays because you bring it into the living room and serve drinks, put food on it. I just always should have a bar cart.
It's so beautiful that I feel like we maybe want to share the love a bit. So to celebrate 20 years of Gluckstein home at Hudson's Bay, we're going to give away this beautiful bar cart and bar essentials to one lucky winner in the audience. It's valued at $800, and we're going to do it right now. Let's get a drum roll going. And the winner is, oh, this is the tiniest little piece of paper. Nina Boyce! You have won this $800 bar cart from Hudson's Bay. You gotta cheer louder for her. Congratulations! I guess I should get up. Congratulations! That's courtesy of the Bay. Let's go to break. We have more coming up. Coming up, we have playful and practical home items, and I do like to play. Go, girl! It's fun! Where is this from, and can I have it? It's time to join the party. We want to shower you with fun, prizes, and unbelievable surprises. Are you ready for this? Head to cityline.tv/tickets and see the show you love come to life. You know, it's Kimberly Seldon's segment, but because she had so many whimsical items in the set, and one of them was a chair, we had to invite Mr. Gluckstein because he's always looking for a place to have a seat in this set. Isn't this perfect?
Exactly.
And you know what you're doing for this segment?
What?
Sitting. That's
my favorite.
Your favorite.
My favorite
exercise right now.
Exactly.
And
favorite thing ever.
Isn't this a cool chair? So I went to Logum 142 in Creemore. Everybody come to Creemore, I'll hang out with you. And they had this tripod chair. And of course I envisioned Brian sitting it sleeping.
Well, you can take it with you wherever you go.
Absolutely. So, but I feel like I have something better.
There's another chair. Let's see if you can figure out how to sit in that one.
Okay, so mine is definitely like a bit of a sculptural piece, and it's also...
Go, girl! Go, girl!
It's fun!
is from my backyard. I have 3 of them in the big backyard, and people cannot stop them. Yes, I do, and people go sitting them and play. Isn't it great?
That is so fun.
So
Talk about whimsy.
So these are practical things that just give you like a little lift. So here, take a guess what this beautiful yellow shelf, is that what you would call it,
shelf,
is about?
It looks very like architectural. I don't know what to do with it.
You could use it for books.
Oh,
how lovely is that?
That is
And the beautiful thing is you can sit it anywhere, or there are mounting hooks. So you can hang it on any wall, which is lovely. Beautiful. But if you didn't want to use it for books, you could do it for dishes.
Oh,
how beautiful is
nice.
that? I love practical pieces that just give you a burst of personality and energy.
Gorgeous color,
too. We talked about our wobble chess set from Umbra. They are masters at playful ingenuity. And look at this. Any idea what this might be?
It's beautiful, and I love the way it moves, but no, I don't know. Is there a practical...
bottle opener.
I was wondering why you brought that, but I was happy you brought it. I didn't ask questions.
It was breakfast.
Oh,
so,
look at that.
Isn't that gorgeous? Stunning.
That is beautiful.
That's like a
then
little
how do you
piece
put
of
it back?
art. Isn't that phenomenal?
Oh, that's gorgeous.
How gorgeous is that?
That is really lovely.
Right? I know, I love it.
Every single piece, I think it's really nice that you're going to need items to do these things anyways. Why not make them cute, whimsical items? You're going to need a bottle opener. You're going to need somewhere to display your dishes. Like, why not make it a cute little whimsical thing?
And particularly the items on the table are very affordable. So if you have someone who loves design in your life, go to Umbra, go try these things. This is a doorstop, this little man, right? Also wall hooks, which I think are fabulous. But this little baby is an indestructible light. So you can turn it on its side, but I have an app here.
Okay.
And I can change it to different colors. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can let go like any color I want.
Oh, that's
How fun is that?
That's very cool.
I love it.
And it's lightweight. Like, is it an indoor, outdoor? I don't know.
Yes, anywhere. It would look great uplighting lights. You can use it as a reading light. It can do starlight, daylight, evening light, like whatever kind of mood you're in. Yeah. Even like groovy strobe light.
Yes.
Again, Umbra, beautiful
Brian,
pieces.
you had a good suggestion for this one.
Yeah, I would put that behind a plant and just shine up, and you get the pattern on the ceiling of the leaves.
Very nice.
Just
That's
adds
beautiful.
a nice layer. And this little light too, this little candlestick, again, like really clever to turn on and off.
That's
from
nice.
Soko Living. And then these have nothing to do with anything except for you know me, and I found these towels and I just had to get them.
Okay, I keep trying to make protein shakes, but they keep turning out as margaritas.
Right?
Why does that keep happening?
It's my life. It's my life.
Is that how it goes?
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Okay, beautiful. You've hit them all. Oh, except for the frame at the very end. We've got some time.
I'm obsessed with floating frames and hanging art in unusual ways, and I just love the practicality of this piece that would sit on your table. You can put any image you want in it, spin it around, you'd have another image on the back side. You could use it if you're having a party to put a menu in.
Oh my goodness!
How great would
you
that
can put
be?
both your kids on it, and when you're in a fight with one, you turn that picture around.
That's a game.
That's the good one. The one we're facing now.
You're in
Love
the wheel.
it.
You're out of the wheel. You're in the wheel.
Let's go to break.
You're out of the wheel. That's
we got
the game
more coming up. Stay with us.
Now you can have Cityline's experts at your fingertips.
So spill the tea. What's the secret?
Upload your video questions to submissions at cityline.tv. Escape with Cityline.
I would love a makeover. Come on out!
Get your glam on with Cityline. Use the code at the bottom of your screen or head to cityline.tv and click on the Makeover tab.
She rediscovered herself.
It's your time to thrive with Cityline.
Joking when I said I will challenge anyone to Connect 4 at any time. Thank you so much, Kimberly. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Chef Ricardo. And thank you to our incredible viewers at home and in here. Lovely audience.